In our modern times, watching TV or getting lost in a good book is as common as breathing. The enigmatic smile of the Mona Lisa has fascinated us with its secrets for decades. And who hasn't had their mind sparked by the equation E=mc², a formula that seems to unlock the universe's mysteries? But amidst all this familiarity, let's take a moment to discover the inventors behind these incredible achievements. Number 1. Albert Einstein. The first and foremost is Albert Einstein, known to be responsible for a scientific discovery that changed the world forever. He once said that there are only two things that might be infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And he confessed he wasn't sure about the universe. When we listen to that, we often find ourselves smiling, if not chuckling. We aren't offended by it. This is because the name Einstein brings to mind an image of a kind and wise figure from the past. We imagine a friendly and brilliant scientist with messy hair whose famous pictures, riding a bicycle, playfully sticking out his tongue, looking at us with his intense eyes, are deeply ingrained in what we all remember as a society. Einstein now represents the innocence and effectiveness of intellectual curiosity. Einstein became incredibly famous in 1905, a year known as his miracle year among the scientific community. He accomplished this while working for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. In June, he finished the special theory of relativity, which revealed surprising behavior of space and time, showing that distances, speeds, and durations depend on the observer. Then, in September 1905, Einstein derived a significant equation from special relativity: E=mc². However, he hadn't fully become the Einstein we know yet. That transformation happened on November 6, 1919. In his special relativity theory, Einstein established that nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. This set the stage for a clash with Newton's theory of gravity, where gravity's effects were thought to be instantaneous across space. On November 6, 1919, 4 years after completing the general theory of relativity, newspapers worldwide excitedly reported new astronomical measurements. These measurements showed that the positions of stars were slightly different from what Newton's laws predicted, just as Einstein had said they would be. These findings powerfully confirmed Einstein's theory and instantly made him an icon. He became the person who had challenged Newton, and in doing so had brought humanity a significant step closer to understanding nature's timeless truths. It started new types of research that scientists still study today and made its inventor very famous. In the past 100 years, Einstein's ideas have mixed with culture and art, shaping our world in countless and lasting ways. Number 2. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was an Italian Renaissance artist who painted the most well-known portrait in the world, the Mona Lisa. But he was so much more than just one of the world's greatest artists. Leonardo da Vinci revolutionized more than just art. He was this incredible anatomist who didn't just sketch the human body, he documented every detail of it. Then there's his architect side, where he went wild, designing cities and buildings that were like nothing anyone had seen before. Oh, and don't forget his astronomy stint. He gazed at the stars, even whipped up plans for one of the earliest telescopes. Maps? Yep, he whipped up some of the very first ones. And as if that wasn't enough, he was an engineer, coming up with all sorts of mind-blowing machines and structures. He was also a musician, not just playing, but even creating his own instruments. He wasn't done yet. He was a scientist who dreamt up theories, put them to the test, and stumbled upon groundbreaking ideas. But the icing on the cake? He pushed the limits of what tech could do back in the day, inventing stuff that was great and helps us to this day. He managed to do all of this over 500 years ago. Thanks to Leonardo da Vinci, we've got a whole lot more knowledge and some seriously awesome contributions to society. Number 3. Johann Gutenberg. Next on our list is the great Johann Gutenberg. In medieval Europe, most people resided in small, distant villages with limited travel. Information came mainly from village priests through spoken word, often as rumors. Written documents were rare and distrusted. Oral oaths held significance in important matters. Reading and writing were uncommon. Those who could usually learned Latin, the scholarly and church language. Books were hand-copied, expensive, and mostly in Latin, chained in universities. centuries. Memory was vital. Poets and artisans relied on rhyme and memorization. Even Latin scholars used memory techniques. Scribes, often monks, spent a year copying books onto vellum or paper. They illuminated texts with art. These intricate books were costly and time-consuming to create. The invention of movable type printing changed bookmaking and people's lives. This method involved crafting raised letters on small blocks, arranging them to form words on a press, and then printing pages. It began in China, but was slow due to the complex language. In 1450, Europe had the right technology for the printing revolution. Unlike Chinese, European languages used alphabets, making movable type more practical. Johann Gutenberg, born around 1400, developed this process in Mainz, Germany. He adapted coin-making tools to craft reusable letter molds, experimented with ink and paper, and designed a press. By 1450, he created a Latin grammar book. He aimed to print uniform Bibles for the Catholic Church, but struggled financially. In 1455, his partner Fust took over, and Gutenberg died in 1468, unrecognized for his groundbreaking invention. The printing revolution, sparked by Johann Gutenberg's movable type printing, transformed Europe. Although Fust and Schoeffer tried to keep the innovation secret, Gutenberg's trained workers spread the knowledge. Within 50 years of the Bible's printing, over 1,000 print shops emerged across 200 European locations, producing 10 million books in various languages. Books became affordable and accessible. Knowledge flourished, accompanied by misinformation. This is how Johann Gutenberg's invention of movable type printing quickened the spread of knowledge, discoveries, and literacy in Renaissance Europe. Number 4. John Logie Baird. Television, the game-changer invention, has flipped our world in both ways. It's been a blast for entertainment and education, showing us everything from hidden places to mind-blowing ideas and funky animals. But let's be real, it's also been used to mess with our heads and in some pretty nasty war stuff. Plus, it rearranged how we set up our living rooms. So where did this TV fiesta kick off? The journey began with John Logie Baird, a Scottish inventor who on October 2nd, 1925, achieved the pioneering feat of transmitting the first grayscale television image. Despite his mechanical system not becoming the standard, Baird's legacy endures as the trailblazer of live, moving image transmission in the television's evolution nearly a century ago. Baird didn't just pull his first TV design out of the air. He got inspired by Paul Gottlieb Nipkow's concept. In 1884, Nipkow used spinning discs that whirled around to bounce light. Mixing that idea with Arthur Korn's findings, he cracked the code on circuits that could send images, forming the foundation for Baird's amazing invention. Using a mix of odd bits and bobs, John Logie Baird built his TV machine, a hatbox lid, knitting needles, a bike lamp, an old tea chest, and even a coffin lid as the base. The hatbox lid had circles with glass lenses, and a spinning knitting needle served as the disc's axle, letting light through the lenses. Facing the disc, the subject's image became an electrical signal sent via AM radio to a receiver. There, the signal passed through a neon light and another spinning disc for viewing. In early 1925, Baird beamed across his silhouette, proving the machine's broadcast capability. A public demo at London's Selfridges store on March 25th showcased his invention. Though not perfect, Baird improved it with more power and even enlisted a boy, Bill Tainton, for the first paid TV stunt. Tainton poked his tongue out, visible though blurry, marking television's thrilling birth. In the push for widespread television, John Logie Baird took the lead by establishing the Baird Television Development Company, aiming to bring this new tech worldwide. The debut TV set, the Baird Model B televisor, wasn't a conventional screen. It was a mahogany box with a peephole for viewers to stick their heads through. But its cost prompted redesigns for affordability. The first live BBC broadcast in 1930 showcased a play with unsynchronized speech and visuals. While Baird vied for TV dominance, Philo T. Farnsworth, a teen from Utah, invented the cathode ray tube and built the first all-electric TV set. A legal tussle with RCA clouded Farnsworth's success, and Marconi EMI's electric system eventually triumphed over Baird's mechanical approach. Baird's pioneering spirit and contributions, including the first live wireless moving images, live broadcast, and international bidirectional transmission remain vital to television's evolution, marking a world-altering journey 90 years ago.